we're going to perform a high-speed hardware triage on troubleshooting storage devices. So, let's dive right in. My name is Hector Wong, and I profess ICS at Leeward Community College. My office is located at the Waianae Moku Satellite Campus. Come visit. First up, what exactly is happening when your hard drive starts clicking? Well, this represents a pretty harsh physical reality we call the click of death. You see, mechanical drives have these incredibly high-speed spinning platters and tiny actuator arms built with extremely tight tolerances. When those delicate metal components fail, it creates this devastating physical cascade effect. The drive is essentially trapped, slowly and constantly retrying to read or write data to the exact same damaged spot. And that is what generates that dreadful clicking or grinding noise you hear. Which brings us to the ultimate, absolutely crucial golden rule of IT, literally STOP. If you hear metal grinding on metal, you need to stop whatever you're doing immediately and back up your data. Sending a dead drive out to a specialized recovery service later on is insanely expensive, and honestly, sometimes it's just impossible. So back it up right now before that data is gone forever. All right, moving to triage level 1, basic diagnostics. Let's say your drive is completely silent, but your computer's throwing a drive not recognized or boot device not found error. Don't panic yet. Always check the easiest fixes first. Step 1, reseat any loose data cables. Step 2, jump into your BIOS sequence just to make sure some rogue USB drive isn't accidentally overwriting your primary boot order. And step 3, calculate your power and heat. Seriously, if you just added some massive new hardware, your power supply might simply be tapped out. Now, if you get an error that specifically says operating system not found, you'll want to pay close attention. This specific error is actually telling you the hardware is responding just fine, but the OS itself is MIA. In this scenario, your absolute best bet is to run the manufacturer's diagnostic tools overnight to map out any bad sectors that might be lurking on the disk. Also, keep in mind, and we see this a lot, sometimes the missing drive isn't a physical box inside the computer at all. Users will often panic over a missing drive letter, but it turns out it's just a mapped network drive. That just means a network share failed to reconnect its sign-in during their automated login script. So always verify what kind of drive is actually missing. And sometimes the physical drives are perfectly fine, but the drive controller itself is failing. For instance, you might see a boot error like integrated RAID exception detected. That points directly to an external controller throwing a fit, something like a Dell PERC H200. Always investigate the controller before you go blaming the individual disks. Which brings us to triage level 2, RAID redundancy. You can think of RAID as the enterprise immune system for your storage. Setup types like RAID 1, 5, 6, and 10 provide vital redundancy. That means you can literally hot swap a dead drive out of a server without your end users even noticing a hiccup. But hear me on this, a strict warning, RAID 0 offers absolutely zero redundancy. One drive failure and boom, you lose the whole data set. Now, let's hit triage level 3, preventative checkups. Without a doubt, the absolute best way to fix a drive failure is to catch it before it even happens. Enter SMART, which stands for Self-Monitoring, Analysis, and Reporting Technology. Modern drives secretly track their own internal statistics all day long, things like power on hours or the internal temperature. By using third-party software, IT admins can run daily or weekly health checks against these SMART stats, giving them the heads up to pull a degrading drive long before it results in a catastrophic crash. Finally, let's pivot for a second to performance benchmarking. Sometimes that awful delay and sluggishness you're feeling is just the physical limit of the hardware. A traditional mechanical spinning hard drive maxes out at a really sluggish 200 input/output operations per second. We call those IOPS. So mechanical drives max out around 200 IOS, right? Well, a modern solid state drive can hit 1 million IOS. It is a completely shocking difference. Think about the scale for a second. This is exactly why simply swapping out an old spinning hard drive for an SSD is the most dramatic immediate system upgrade you can possibly perform on a computer. So there we go. We've successfully triaged storage devices. But I want to leave you with this because these drives are physical components. It is never a question of if your drive will fail, but when. So is your data backed up today? Seriously, think about what you would permanently lose if your screen went completely black right now. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you want to dive deeper into the world of IT with me, I enthusiastically invite you to enroll in my open ICS courses at Leeward Community College. Stay curious, stay backed up, and I'll see you on the next one.